I'm gonna go ahead and get us started.
In English is what's up? In English is Statovci. In Albanian is Statovci.
Statovci.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. It's Statovci.
All right.
That last bit isn't it like there's no English pronunciation that I can like tell y'all that this is what it sounds like. But yeah.
All right, give me 1 second.
Am I good? Yeah. Yeah, kinda, yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna compare myself to G.O.D. though, but am I supposed to be in the middle?
You can sit wherever you want to.
Is this me?
Okay, I'm sorry. Never mind. They sit right there. It's just you.
It's just
It's
me?
just big you.
Oh.
All right.
Whoa.
No pressure.
All right, for sure.
All right. So
Love your hair, bro.
remember we're gonna start from this way and bring it on down.
Skip the first two. Skip those first two, guys.
All right, y'all. So again, my name is Kayla. We have Tony here. We are gonna have about 20-ish minutes, maybe a little bit more since someone a little late. No, I'm just kidding.
Sure. We can be here for an hour.
We're gonna start it off down here, and we're gonna
45
go
minutes.
you, pass it back, and around.
Hello, I'm Krystal from Urban Anime Lounge. So my question is, did you always plan on being like a comedian, funny guy on the internet, or it's just something that happened?
No, it was super accidental. So my mom is a refugee, single mother who raised me, came from a different country, and my whole life it was like beating like school into my head. And so I was like, all right, I'm going to school, go to college. I get a scholarship. Everything's right as rain. And then I realized like school's just not for me. And I did like AP classes and stuff like that when I was in high school to like have a better college like career. And the classes I got credits for, I had to redo. Like they were like, oh, it's what was it called? Prerequisites? They're like, yeah, it's prerequisites. You have to do it. And so I quit school because of that. Got kicked out, and I was just in like a really like low place. I don't blame my mom. She doesn't understand like social media. She thought she was doing the best thing for me, and I just realized it made me really happy while I was in that dark time. And so then I just kept doing it. I got into like sales instead of school, did all right there, made a little bit of money, didn't love it. And then like I would just tell myself like every time I don't love something, I go right back to making like a joke. And then accidentally, the shit just started blowing. Oh, can I cuss? Yeah. Okay. The shit just started blowing up. And I was like, I guess I'm in here for the long road, long haul, whatever the saying is. And then that's how I'm here now.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Chad from the Fusion Hot Podcast. So I see you obviously stream video games. What is your favorite old school and your favorite new video game franchise?
Okay. Does Black Ops 2 count as old school? Or are you talking older?
I mean, it's
Okay.
disrespectful to me, but yeah, it does.
I got you. See, the issue was like my mom never let me play games like that.
Okay.
So like my first like interaction with video games was like it was Kirby with the GameCube.
Of course.
Then we lost the GameCube. And then skip GameCube all the way up to PS3. Okay. So that was one of the first games I remember really playing with me and my little brother. So I would say Black Ops 2 is one of my favorite games. I guess in the OG sense. I know it's not that OG.
Yeah.
But and then new games you said?
Yeah.
Bro, I love Apex.
Yeah.
I love Apex. Unfortunately, I feel like it's on like a downswing because of like some stuff that the developers are doing. But I love how creative you can be in the game.
Yeah.
So I'll say Apex for right now.
Okay, for sure.
But ask me this question again in a year because I'm going over like the classic games on stream.
Ooh.
So like I did Outlast, I did The Last of Us. I'm gonna do some games before then, like just to really get to some OG ones, and then like, I just want to game more because I feel like it's a art form I never like experienced. So like I wanna, and people love watching like their favorite games get played. So I was like, all right, it's the best of both worlds.
Ninja Turtles on Nintendo.
Got you.
Yeah.
Ninja Turtles on Nintendo. I got you.
You're gonna be mad, but it's gonna be worth it.
I got you.
No, just regular Nintendo. Yeah.
Not easy.
Jay, you got a question?
Hey, how you doing? My name is Garland of the Chalker Network. I kind of just wanted to ask you, like, when did you feel like you found your purpose in life?
Yeah, it was like kind of the same thing I said to her. It was like at my lowest point when I really felt like I had nothing like inside, like emotionally. My mind or I don't know, my brain would just naturally go to making jokes. And so, like, you know, sometimes, like, we all have, like, a thing that we do that we don't notice, but, like, your friend will point out. Like, sometimes when you laugh, you kind of, like, turn your head to the side. Something, like, as natural as that. I noticed, like, making jokes was my thing. Like, that was the natural thing that I did. And so it was kind of like, oh, I've done this. Like, it was like a moment of realization. Like, oh, I've done this my whole life. Maybe this is maybe there's a reason. Maybe this is the reason why I've done this. And so now I've been able to turn it into, like, this. So I think I found my purpose when I was at the lowest point, like, as a person, I guess.
Okay, I feel that. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Nikolai Capone of the Nikolai Capone podcast.
Got you.
When are you going to reveal yourself to be the leader of Anonymous?
Just hack the mainframe or something.
No, that isn't my real question. But my question was, do you feel that there will ever be a transition between, creating content, with videos and stuff like that, to going on stage and performing?
Yeah. Eventually there will be. I think before I get there, I want to write something. I want to write a show like a Adventure Time, but make it like a little bit more grown up. Not as grown up as like Family Guy, but if you were to think like if the meter was Adventure Time and Family Guy, I want it to be like there. You know what I'm saying? Something with like really good jokes. Like I feel like something that we're lacking in media is like genuinely funny stuff. Like there are some like moments that get me like a chuckle here and there, but I feel like something like Adventure Time, even though it was for kids, the writing was crazy. Adventure Time has something like that. I think Shrek is a big one too. I really like, if y'all I don't know when the last time y'all saw Shrek was, go watch it again. The jokes in Shrek are crazy. I was watching it with my girl, and she doesn't care. She's just watching it, and I'm like, did you catch that joke? Like I'm that annoying boyfriend. I'm like, did you catch that joke? Did you get that? And so like I want to write something like that that can be watched by like younger people, like somewhere around like 12 to 16, and like they can kind of get it. But then when like a older person watches it, like I don't know, let's say 20, 25 plus, it's like, oh, this has some really good stuff in it that you can laugh at while you're younger. But you know, now that I'm older, I understand it a little bit more.
Kind of like that replayability.
Yeah. So I think that the stage will be eventually, the writing will be eventually, but I'm gonna use content and stuff like that as like a bus. So like I can, like all my supporters, I could take them to either Twitch, or I could take them to YouTube, or I could take them to my stand-up specials or my shows. So, you know, I'm using it for everything.
I see you. Mm-hmm. Also, I'm gonna need you to do your strength build. Need you to do your strength build?
Sorry, man.
How you doing? I'm Josiah from the Chocolate Network. When was the first time you realized that you had a talent for comedy?
Third grade. I won class clown. And I was like I remember somebody telling me like when I was younger, it was somebody that was older. He was like, you shouldn't be proud of class clown. That just means like you're annoying, or that just means that like you get in trouble a lot. And I remember like before he told me that, I remember getting it, and I remember being super happy. I was like, yo, this is dope. I just got an award for my funniness. And then like that adult had told me that. And I remember looking at the paper, and for a second I was like, damn, I don't even want this no more. But then I remembered, it's like, nah, like I really love that I have this. And I kept it for a while, but I moved and I lost it. But I wish I would have like kept it, because I would have kept that forever. I would have like made it a plaque. But third grade was when I realized I just like making people laugh. More than I like school. I was still good at school, but I like making people laugh more.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
What's up, Tony? It's AJ from the Chocolate Network. And my question is, at what point do you hire talent so that your content continue to run its course while you focus on other projects?
Ooh, I don't know. I've never hired talent.
Okay.
Like everything that I do creatively, I comes from me. So I wouldn't know that answer. I will say, instead of talent, I will say a team, because like they can delegate. I think a manager can be important when you really need one, because I feel like a lot of content creators and a lot of people who are in maybe media or just art in general will try to get a manager a little too early. And a manager's job is to make your life easier because your life is so busy that it's starting to impede on your content. So I feel like after all the things I've done, now is the time for me to start looking for a manager because I did everything else alone. Even like, I don't know if you guys saw the Shaq commercial, but like I did that alone, you know? So now I'm at a point where if I'm still doing everything alone, I'm either going to start dropping in content, dropping in streams, dropping in YouTube videos. So I think just make sure you're doing enough to where somebody that you hire is genuinely helping you and not just taking your money. You know?
Got you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem.
How you doing, Tony? Ideal Tone from Binge or Cringe podcast. So just general question. Like, I know there's a lot of new games coming out this year. Is there any one in particular that you're looking forward to and like streaming it?
Yeah, Sun Wukong, the new Wukong game.
Yeah,
I'm really I'm crossing my fingers about that one because gaming trailers come out and the trailer looks crazy fire and the game is not. But I think like with how important Wukong is to like philosophy to what's the word I'm looking for? Y'all know what
mythology.
Mythology. There it goes. To philosophy. With how important he is in mythology, I think that they're gonna do it right. I really do. So I'm excited for that game, especially after like beating Elden, and I have a taste of what like those types of games are. I'm excited for it.
All right, cool.
How you doing? I'm Trey G with KKDA, Dallas, Texas radio station for K104 is the name.
I gotta tell my homie Kieran, he's from Texas.
Oh, dope. Tell him call in sometime.
Gotcha.
My question for you, with the fame that you have now, you really big, social media, really big online. What has been the hardest thing adjusting to with the newfound fame? I know it's hard for you probably to go places and get recognized by everybody. Yeah. What has been something hard to adjust to?
Funny enough, it's not being recognized at all. Like I really enjoy like people enjoying like my work. Like everybody does. So whenever somebody, I don't know, I guess builds up the courage to ask for a picture, you never know. People got anxiety. People got that could be hard for somebody to do. That makes me really happy that like they spend the time to do it for me. Something that really I found out is hard is time management. Like sometimes, and I don't want to blame it because I have ADHD. I don't want to blame it on that, but like sometimes I'll just get too locked in, and then I'll just forget everything around me. So like one time my mom called me and she was like, "I haven't seen you in a minute," and my mom lived 20 minutes down the road, and so it's stuff like that where I need to make sure the people like I still have time for people in my life, like my family, my friends, and even myself, like and I make sure to not make everything that I do content. And I don't put Tony on the internet. If you really pay attention to the content I make, it's always like a character I'm playing. Two parallel lines beefing. Like that's funny, but that's not necessarily me and who I am and my spirit. And so I don't give that to online, so I can have time for myself and so I can keep that with like my friends and my family. So it's a mix of that. I say time is tough and deciding what to put and what not to put online is tough.
Okay, appreciate it.
Yeah,
Thank
no
you.
problem.
Call your mama.
Yeah, I know, right?
Call your mama.
I had a meet and greet today, and she called me in the middle of it, and I stopped the meet and greet. I was like, hold up, y'all, my mom calling me. Let me see what she wants.
Hi, nice to meet you. My name is Kristen Curry. I'm doing well, and you?
On my social media platform is Blurred Sunday. Tough being over here with so many great questions have been asked that have also been on my mind. Mm-hmm. But what I will ask is with where your career, I would say, has been going and like the recognition, the opportunities, and where everything is going for now and in the future, what are you looking forward to doing next now that you have this, level of success?
Mm-hmm. I want to have something that has, that I stamp, like that's mine. I love content. I love making jokes, but I think that it's not something that's permanent. And by that I mean, if TikTok, the TikTok ban, right? If TikTok gets banned, I have Instagram and I post my skits on there too, but let's just say I didn't. If I only posted on TikTok and had this many followers and the app got banned, that's my whole discography gone like that. Yeah, I can remember some jokes, but it's always bothered me how quick social media is in terms of art. But that's because it's meant to be that way. Social media is meant to be quick. You get your dopamine fix, you move on to the next post. So the next step is I want to have something where, like, Jordan Peele is a very big inspiration of mine. Somebody who went through comedy and then went through like movies that have made serious movies that were critically acclaimed. So while I love Key and Peele, and everyone loves Key and Peele, I mean, it pushed the culture and it pushed jokes. It's Get Out that he's talked about because it's a long lasting. It's something that's stamped. It's his. Not to say that Key and Peele is not his, but that's what I want. Is I want something that's genuinely mine, like a movie or a show or something like that, where it's like, and Jordan Peele's got two of them. He's got Key and Peele and Get Out and other movies. But that's what I want. I just want something that's mine, like that's not necessarily content related.
Okay, and quick comment, very, very quick. That just kind of reminds me of the Kobe mentality of like him wanting to be so well known for pouring in other ways that like people don't think of basketball first when they think of him. So that's what's up.
Yeah.
So, low-key, you answered my question. Nobody asked it, but you answered it in the first question.
Right.
So, I'm going to ask it anyway.
Okay.
But I'm going to also comment on how fucked up it is that we finally get around to me, and I'm out of memory now.
No.
All the rest of my devices are dead.
I'm so sorry, bro. That's me. Hey, tomorrow, let's set up a time to meet so you can ask me on like your phone or something like that so you can get some content.
That's a big bet.
Yeah.
I appreciate you.
Got you.
What's up, Tony?
What's going on, man?
I'm Nugget from Level 1 Gaming. I feel like you may have answered in your own way, but outside of everything that you've done in your accomplishments, what's like your favorite video or moment or something that you've done?
My favorite video or favorite moment. Actually, I say this. I think I had my favorite moment today. Actually, when my mom called me, I told her because, like I said, like my mom's from a different country. She doesn't really understand like one, she doesn't understand comedy necessarily, and she definitely doesn't understand social media. So when I tell her like, hey, I'm streaming, hey, I'm like writing or something like that, she gets it, but she's never seen it. So she called me. I was like, hey, I'm doing a meet and greet. Do you want to say hi to everybody? She was like, yeah. And I FaceTimed her and I showed her the whole room. She immediately started crying. So I think that was one of the ones, like just personally. I think like in career-wise, meeting J. Cole was really crazy. One of my favorite artists. Meeting Shaq was crazy. I think the next one that I really do want to meet is 50. I think that's going to be the craziest because he's one of my favorite artists ever. So, but yeah.
I think you will, man.
Yeah. Appreciate it, man. Thank you. Oh, you were passing it? Oh, hi.
Okay, so I'm Duchess. I'm doing press on behalf of Soul City. But this is a question that's similar to one I asked earlier to somebody else, but I think it's important to ask. In this space, we know it's really important to talk about mental health, but especially as somebody who's, in the sense of like from a viewer perspective, you've made it, right? What is your take on mental health as a creator and making sure that you're taking care of yourself?
I think that, and this is going to sound like kind of bad, but I think that if you want to get into content and you want to necessarily make it, I think you have to understand that eventually this shit's just not healthy for you. And in any way, like I don't think it's just not natural for me to be able to reach this many people. It's not natural for this many people to be able to comment on anything I do, my appearance, the way I talk, my jokes, my anything like that. And I would say I'm a very mentally strong person, and the comments don't necessarily get to me, but I can tell it's definitely changed my brain from like when I was like 19 to like now. I can tell that this does something like to you. I don't know necessarily how bad it gets. I would say that I've figured out a balance with it, but I do know a lot of like creators and a lot of big ones, and they got money and they got cars and they got fame and they got everything that they want, and the conversations always end up ending the same. It's like, but I don't really feel that happy with it, and that's because happiness is something like that's very. It's like ingrained in you. You have to work on that yourself. And so no accomplishment you can get or you do, whether it be like content, money, or anything like that, that won't feed your happiness like you will for yourself. So I say that anybody getting into content, it's not crazy mentally healthy. I would say that you definitely have to more than others find a sense of self and be happy with that sense of self because you're constantly getting beat up every day. And it could be. It doesn't need to be like really bad comments like anything like that. It could just be little ones like somebody told me that they didn't like my ears, and I had never noticed my ears before. They said that. I said, oh, bet. You know, but like it like and I'm just joking. I don't care if y'all like my ears or not. But it's just those little things where like things you've never looked at, you'll like look for a second. So that's what I don't like about the internet. But it does connect me to a lot of people, and I feel like we're in a place where we need comedy. So I love that I'm able to like facilitate that.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. A lot of great questions have been asked.
Yeah.
I feel like something I've been hearing a lot of is like, you know, your star has been rising. Your stardom has been rising.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You're in this new place in your life and things like that. Have you had any moments where you like kind of had time to sit back and like, I'm making good money off this? Like, have you had that moment where you're just like damn, like this is my life now? Like,
it was with my homeboy E that's not paying attention. It was with him.
Come on, E.
We live together. He don't care. But I did a deal, and it was for the most money I had made at that time in one sitting, and it was a check. I don't know why it was a check, but it was a check. So I got it in the mail. I'm sitting there reading it, and I'm like, man, like I'm looking at this check. This is crazy. And so E's in the room with me. He's in my room, and I go, yeah, man, shit's changing, and like. He was on his phone or he was doing something, like he was listening but he wasn't, and almost on the autopilot he goes, "That shit changed," and like that was a moment for me. I was like, "Oh shit," like when you're in the moment and when you're like living through it, you don't really like you can't see an outside perspective. So every day it's like I'm taking one more step forward, but he was like, "Yeah, this shit changed. Like it's been changed." And I was like, damn. So I sat there, and he said that. He went up to his room, and I remember like I had a gaming desk, my chair, and then my bed kind of behind it. So I sat in the chair, turned the bed around, put my feet on my bed, and I just sat there like in silence for like 20 minutes. And I was like, damn, I guess shit is changing, huh? I mean, I guess shit has changed. Like I've crossed the line, and so that was one of the first moments where I was really like, damn. And it wasn't necessarily about the money. It was just more about like everything. It was a culmination of everything.
Everything hitting you at kind of one time. I like that.
All right. My name is Cleveland. I'm from Miami New Times and Citrus Rap. Now, I know in a past life you were a life insurance agent.
Right.
Now, can you speak on the importance of life insurance?
Yeah.
And why it's hard to have that conversation?
Yeah. Foster, you want to get in this? So that's my boy, and he was my manager when we were life insurance agents. I used to respect him. I don't anymore. You know what I'm saying? I would say this. I would say life insurance, when I was selling life insurance, one of the hardest things was going into somebody's house, knowing that they needed it, knowing that they could afford it, but they were something that's called MU, medically uninsurable. And so, what's it, Foster? There's 3 times you know you need life insurance in your life. When somebody around you die, when you have a near-death experience, and then when you become medically uninsurable, right? Yeah, that's the 3. So when somebody around you die, that's when everybody wants to get life insurance. Everybody thinks that they're invincible. So like if somebody's mom passes away, they're like, oh, maybe I need to look into this. That's the first one. The second one is when you almost die. If you get into a car crash and live, you're like, shh, if I would have died, that $20,000 funeral, nobody would have been able to pay for it.
Right.
They would have been in debt. And then when you become medically uninsurable, when you go to the doctor because you feel like you got brain fog and they hit you with you have brain cancer, you can never get life insurance again in your life. So now when you die, it's a wrap. Your people are gonna have to come up with the change for that. And so I would go into people's houses and they were expecting me to finally tell them yes because everyone else told them no.
Yeah.
And there was this one lady who had breast cancer. No, she had seizures. And we get through all the information, and I was like, man, this is a great candidate. She's got money. She's got one kid that's older now that she doesn't have to necessarily worry about because they're in college. I was like, this is gonna be a good sale, and you know, I can help her out. And then at the end, she's like, yeah, I had some condition that gives me cancer, and I take seizure medication for it, and it was a high dose. Like she couldn't drive because of her seizures. And I was like, and like one thing that they taught us was to never let somebody think that they can just get it off rip because of the disappointment. And I didn't do that time. Like, I was kind of low on money, so I was like, oh, like I was excited. I was like, oh, we can get this for you. Like, very rarely do you have somebody that wants to give you money. So I was like, we got this. And then at the end, she told me that, and I remember just like I had my laptop and I just stopped typing. I was like, damn. And I had to let her know, just what everyone else let her know. Like when she dies, her only child, she's gonna have to be the one that pays for it. So, and you can get life insurance as a baby.
Yeah.
As soon as you get a Social Security card, you can get life insurance. And when you're a kid, it's a lot cheaper. We were selling $50,000 policies for $12.99 for kids, and they keep that for their whole life. So anytime that they die, like God forbid if they die within a year, they get the whole 50. If they die in 80 years, they get the whole 50. But somebody in your family does not have to pay for that, and that stops all I know you've seen it like the GoFundMe's or the fish fries or the stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like that sucks. Like not only is your family dealing with your death, but now they're dealing with bills about your death, and funerals are not cheap. Even a cremation can run you 10 bands. Who's got 10 bands to just drop? You lost your son, and now you lost $10,000. So life insurance, man, is super important, and it builds generational wealth.
That part.
Yeah. So when you die and you have $1 million policy on you, you can split that between your kids, and now they can go invest. And then when they die, they have $10 million policies, and so on and so forth. And now 5 generations down, you got a rich family because you decided to get a policy.
Do I get one more question?
Yeah. We can run over. I was late, so that's on me.
Do I go ahead? Okay. My bad. So I know you're into comedy, obviously, but you're also a hip hop head. Can you talk about the importance of delivery and the comedic timing when it comes to both mediums? Yeah, I don't think people realize that when like bars are just jokes. If you think of your favorite bar, it's just a joke, just said behind a beat. And so I've realized that the part of your brain that I use to create a joke is the same part I would use like to create like a bar. So like I don't know if y'all saw it, but I did a Avatar rap battle. And so it was Aang versus Zuko. And I said, what did I say? I was like, no honor, no father, you my son, so don't bother fighting me. Because by that look in that one eye, I could tell you can't take the heat. But if you flip the rhyme scheme, like imagine if like Aang and Zuko were just like burning each other, frying each other. Like, oh look, man, you got no dad, no honor. You know, you can't even take the heat in the kitchen. Look at your eye. Like it's the same thing. So I feel like I think that comedians are lucky. Lil Wayne isn't a comedian because he blew everybody out the water. Because like bars are just jokes. That man said, a bag full of zeros, I got Funyuns. What? That's crazy. Crazy. Even Eminem tweeted about it. He said, why did I never think of that? Like, that's crazy. But yeah. Yeah, no problem.
Hello.
Hi.
Elise Tatum from Soul City right here in Austin. And first of all, I would like to say, black people.
I did not mean for that, man.
But
you know what's crazy? I just talked to Kai about that. He was like, you know what I say all the time?
Every day.
Oh.
But that leads to my question, though. What piece of content for you was the most least expected to blow up the way that it did?
The Papa John's ad.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, like, a lot of people don't know. I used to post 3 times a day. Thank God. I do not do that no more. But so I remember it was a day where I was really going into like a content like block. Like I didn't know what I was gonna post, and I had made the Papa John's video, and I was like, this isn't all that. This is not that funny. I even talked to my homeboy Kieran, who was also a creator, and so like I had made my 3 skits, and like when I back then I would show somebody the least funniest first, and then gradually go up to funnier and funnier. You never want to show somebody your funniest video, you know what I'm saying? And so I showed him the Papa John's skit first. He said, oh, yeah, that's funny. And then the other 2, he was like, these are hilarious. And I was like, yeah, I didn't really like the Papa John's skit. He was like, yeah, it was straight. Not your best. Like, that's literally what he said. But like, that doesn't offend me. We're both content creators. We always, we're very honest. I was like, yeah, bet. I drafted it. And it was in my drafts for like a month or 2 because he lived in L.A. I traveled out to L.A., did a whole bunch of stuff with him, came back home. So now it's a month or 2 after I made that video, and I was really in a content block that day. I only posted once that day, and I was like, I at least got to post again. Let me just look at my drafts. And I was like, oh yeah, that Papa John's joke. I was like, you know what? Fuck it, this will get like $500,000, maybe $250,000. I'll take it. And then it turned into what it turned into. I feel like in terms of success, it was that one. In terms of like being a viral thing, I think it was the black people. That one was crazy. I remember I called my boy E because it was like a week after I posted it, and I started seeing people use the sound. I was like, oh no. I was like, they gonna see a sound of just only black people, and then it's just gonna be just little old me right at the top. They're like, hold on, he made this sound. And but like luckily, like it became a joke that I even made it. It was like people were like, I love that Tony made this joke, and it's actually the opposite. It was like for black people because people were hating on the Baltimore. I almost said the Baltimore Ravens, the Baltimore mayor. They were just being racist because he came out in a jacket when the bridge fell down, and so that was the whole point of the joke. And to see it flipped like that, like as somebody who does art, like. I loved it. I was like, this is crazy. Like the same sentence means two very different things to people who have different experiences. Like this is crazy. This is dope. And I didn't get in trouble for it, so it was great. But yeah.
Chad from the Fusion High podcast again. So I'm hearing you are the content king, apparently. So what do you enjoy doing outside of content? Like, what do you enjoy doing, like, on a Friday night when you have nothing to do?
Oh, I'll tell you, it's not Friday, it's Sunday night. Every Sunday, I get together with my people. It's my homies, my girl, and we host. We call it guys' night, but it's not really guys. Like, it was just, like, me, my boy E, and my boy Dre, and my brother. And we would all chill for guys' night. And that was when we all lived together. And then we all moved out. We got our own spots. And I was like, hey, we should still keep this going, but like now that we're all split up, let's have everybody come in. So we got, my girl comes, and then my boy Dre, he has a girlfriend, she comes, and our homegirl Emma comes through, and Foster comes through too. He's the newest addition to Guys Night, and so I that's super important to me. And I love that I have a friend group where it's super important to them. We're all busy people. We got jobs, we got careers we're trying to start, but everybody blocks off Sunday evening for Guys Night. We don't got to chill all day. We don't got to even do anything. We can y'all can just pull up and we chill. But that's one of my favorite things to do other than content is spend time with like people that I love and people that love me and that love me before any fame or jokes took off or anything like that.
Okay, thank you.
I wish I had a cooler answer like, oh, basketball.
No, hey, that's perfect. hey, that's real.
What up, man?
What's going on?
Hey, I'm surprised no one even asked you this yet. I know you're an anime fan.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have anything that you're looking forward to, like in the coming seasons?
Solo Leveling. I'm looking forward to that. I'm waiting to see how JJK ends. I'm caught up. The leaks were crazy. I don't know if you guys.
Oh, you talking about the manga?
Yeah, the manga. Yeah. Nah, I'm not gonna spoil it. Nah, no way. What if I just did? Nah. And let me see. I think I'm excited for anime as a whole. I think we're going away from longer animes. Like, I don't think we'll have another Naruto, One Piece, Bleach in terms of length. But I think that we're having like just great content and stories without having it to be like 700, 800 like episodes. That's partly because of like attention spans. I love long animes. Like, I'm fine with it. Other people may not be. It's a little daunting. But I think we're moving in like it's just super rich. Like, it's just super rich in content with anime.
I say all the time, we're in a golden age of anime across the board. There's one coming out, just recommending it to you. It's called Sakamoto Days.
Yeah, I heard it's fire.
It's gonna be gas.
I haven't read it yet. I heard it's fire.
Just wait.
Yeah.
When the season ends, then catch up.
Yeah, I got you.
But my question is, I'm with the Chakra Network. Drippiest anime character ever.
Drippiest anime character.
Who got it on?
I'd either say, what's his name from Bleach? No, not Egypt. The captain with the floral with the one hair. You know what I'm talking? He's got long hair. Shansui.
Shansui.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, he got it on.
He's got it.
What are some character designs that I love? I wouldn't say they have like. Yeah, I mean.
Somebody got it on JJK.
They got drippy JJK. I would say that. I like. You don't think so? Let me see. I would say. Who would be another one? Why am I forgetting every anime I've ever watched right now? Tokyo Revengers is cool, but nah, there's one. I know I have an answer. I'm trying to think of all the animes I've watched. I'll go Bleach for right now. Who's your answer? Let me see what you.
Me? Damn.
Oh, cause you said you were like you know who it is.
Drippiest, I say Dofi definitely got it on.
Okay.
The sick individual.
That's fire.
But he put it on.
Yeah.
JoJo's
Bizarre Adventures.
Across the board.
We're not even on the part where they got the drip yet.
Yeah, exactly. It's coming.
Oh, like he gave up on the first chapter, like the first chapter of JoJo's. And then I got to where JoJo went, like the second JoJo in New York. That's where I'm at right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. He said he got a 3. He said fuck
it. Yeah.
Right.
Right here. Oh. I keep hitting this. Tengen? Oh, from Demon Slayer? Tengen do got that shit on though. Tengen do got that shit on though, you right. I'll give you that.
Touche. So I know you're into history as well.
Mm-hmm.
What's a favorite timepiece that you like to just talk about so much?
It's a toss up between, and I know I'm gonna catch flack for this because like you remember the trend where it's like ask your boyfriend how much he thinks about the Roman Empire. You know what I'm saying? But you know what's crazy is that like the ladies have now turned that into what we turned it into. Like my Roman Empire is this. It's the same thing. Y'all were just making fun of us for this. I'd say the Roman Empire, and I'd say like feudal Japan. I love feudal Japan. I like. There's aspects of American history I like too. I will say that. Like, but I don't know if it's because of the patriarchal brainwashing that I've come through to be an American. But I do like some aspects of American history, and the ones that I like, I make jokes about. So, and like they were all like 26-year-old dudes. Like John Hancock signed his signature. He was like 25 years old. That's kind of crazy. That's kind of tough. So yeah, I say those are the top 3.
And what's some anime characters you feel like that has the aura?
Let me think.
Just give me like 3.
Yeah, some like actual genuine aura. I would say Gojo. I mean, Gojo killed Hanami with his aura, literally. Oh, spoilers. Sorry. Damn, I am just like the community. Gojo. I think you want to do new gen or old gen?
It's whatever.
All right, we'll do Gojo. Shanks. Yeah. I mean, bro was just walking into Whitebeard on a boat, and everybody was passing out, except for Marco. Gojo, Shanks. Who'd be my third? Would I say? Nah, I wouldn't say Kenpachi. Maybe. He might be an honorable mention. Who'd be my third? See, I really think about these answers. That's why I take too long to answer them. All for One.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel like people hate on My Hero, but if you like, and they hate because it's not that powerful or whatever, but like in terms of like their verse, All for One, I think they perfectly encapsulated like how scary he is and how much of a villain. Like, bro is nothing but evil. And like when they kidnapped Bakugo and all the kids pulled up but couldn't help, and he walked out, I remember watching, I was like, oh, if it was me, I would have shitted all over myself. I would like, that is scary as hell. And all he was doing was talking, like, so I think All Might's got like crazy aura.
Yeah.
I mean, All Might, All for One. All Might don't got no aura.
How you doing? So I'm fairly new to content creation, and I feel like we kind of, in terms of our local level, we kind of blew up like pretty fast.
Right.
And so like they get people, not random, but people that I just don't know that come up to me and just start talking. And I just realized I'm not as social as I thought I was.
Right.
Did you naturally adapt when you became like more famous to people, like people coming up to you, or did you like how'd you get used to that, like random people just coming up to you? Talking to you?
So funny enough, in high school, I was a crazy social butterfly. I like after high school, by the time I hit like 21, I was more on the chill side. So like, if y'all were to go out with me like tomorrow, and it's a club, I'm gonna chill on the sidelines. I'll come in, I'll dance in the middle of the circle, I'll be like, ha ha, literally, go right back. So I'm like, now it's like 50-50. I can like turn it on, I can turn it off. But because I was such a social butterfly in high school, like it never really bothered me. Like I feel like I can kind of tell if someone thinks the moment is awkward, and like in a way I can like reassure them that it's not. Cause again, people got anxiety. People got like, it can be hard to ask your like whoever for a picture. So I always like treat it with such love. Cause like you took the time out of your day to like take a picture with me. I'm just a dude. I'm just a guy. You know what I'm saying? So I think like it's something that I love to do with people, and yeah, it's not something I adapted to. I think I'm just always been able to talk to people. But yeah, but for you, it's gonna be tough.
Yeah.
It's gonna be tough. If you say that you're not like crazy social, it could be tough. I didn't mean to be like, but for you though, like you know.
Hi, I'm Bayla with K104 right here. Yes. So here's my question. So I am also a high school teacher.
Okay. What
yeah.
grade?
What grade?
Yeah.
Freshman. Yeah.
Oh yeah. You a soldier.
I am, for sure. Thank you. But my question is, a lot of my students, when I ask them what they want to do, they always say, I want to be a content creator. What is something that you wish someone would have told you before you made this your career?
I would say this, especially to them. I think anybody, and I truly believe this, I think anybody can pay their bills off of content creation. I think it's something that anybody can do. I don't think everybody has the mental foundation to be a content creator. Like I said, it's a lot of people just reading into you, and especially for young people, because like teenagers now can get famous off of the internet. I feel like that is terrible for their development. And so I would say if you were to try to do content, do it when you're 22. Get to 22 before you start doing that. But one more time on the last part of the question.
What is something that you wish someone would have told you?
Because they want to be content creators, right?
Right.
That I'm sure that the reason that they want to do it is for either fame or money. And those two things, no matter what, don't bring happiness. And happiness is something that's hard to understand when you're young, because not a lot of things hurt, because it takes time for you to realize what hurts and what doesn't. And most of the time, it's right after high school you start figuring out what hurts and what doesn't. So I would say to them that let's try to figure out something that makes you happy, and if that can be content, do it. But always worry about your happiness first. If you can, like, you know, these days it don't matter if you're happy or not, you still got to go to work. But content is something that, because it's so taxing mentally, that it can make a bad situation worse for somebody. So that's what I would tell them. And they still won't understand it until later, like even if you were to tell them that.
Their frontal lobe has developed.
Yeah.
So.
My last question for you, it's about the con actually. It's gonna be kind of lighthearted too, because I feel like it's gotten really heavy a little bit. What has been your favorite part about DreamCon, and then what are you looking forward to most when it comes to DreamCon?
My favorite part is the community. I think, like, I've been to other cons, and other cons, it's individual people going for individual things, versus DreamCon, it feels like damn near one big happy family just going. It's a whole bunch of love here. So I would say that that's the biggest difference, and that's one of my favorite difference between them and other cons, and one of my favorite things here. And the second question was?
What are you looking forward to most coming up about the con?
What am I looking forward to most?
Got the dodgeball game. I think
Yeah.
still popping.
I would say dodgeball and basketball, just because I get to see like my friends on different teams go after it. But I will say this, for the future of DreamCon, something that I'm looking forward to is everyone's starting to realize like how much like anime is intertwined with like our culture as well, and it's not just like weird cartoons anymore. It's like a real deal thing, and it's already a real deal thing in Japan, obviously. But how big it's coming in into America, and we see the Comic Cons and we see like other anime cons, and they're starting to kind of like show people. But I think DreamCon's gonna be the one that really like puts a lot of this on the map, especially when they like. You got to remember they're 6 years in, and Comic Con is going on right now. I don't know if you guys have looked outside, but it's packed in this building. You know what I'm saying? So I think that it shows that DreamCon can not only compete with other cons in terms of just the idea of competing with them, but they've literally shown it because another con is going on, and it's Comic Con. It's a huge con, and it's still packed here. It's not like I was here last year, I was here this year. It feels like there's more people here this year. So I'm excited for that. I'm excited to just see DreamCon blossom. Like, imagine what it's gonna look like in 15 years, you know. And so we're kind of seeing like history in the making. So that's really dope. 100%. Yeah.
All right, everybody. Well, that's going to conclude the press conference. I don't know if you wanted to do like any like pictures or anything after that.
Yeah, if y'all want. Yeah, for sure. I do want to apologize. I thought it was at 5:30. I completely read the time wrong, and that's on me. That's my responsibility to keep up with my things. So I apologize. I'm sorry if you guys waited on me. I hate that you did. You know, I know, right? Yeah.
And then